Hey guys, and welcome to a first look on the changes that came in tonight in the Spectres of the Rail update 2.1, and that is to everybody's favourite loot farm, and that is Nekros. Famed for doing nothing but spamming 3, Nekros has been in need of some changes for a damn long time at this point, and finally it's come in the form of some changes to his third ability Desecrate and fourth ability Shadows of the Dead. Now the Desecrate changes, they're pretty simple. It became a toggleable ability that you cast once, and then in a radius around you of 25 meters, any corpse in there will do another roll on their loot tables. Now the first corpse takes roughly 2 seconds to desecrate, however from there each corpse is done almost instantly, although it is now one at a time compared to the old versions all at once. In addition to that, each enemy costs 10 energy to desecrate or health if you're using Despoil, which can be reduced with the use of efficiency mods. The health orbs that drop are also no longer guaranteed, but are tied into the other loot drops as well. Now the shadow changes, they're not too difficult to grasp either. Number of shadows is reduced to 7, but that's no longer affected by any mods. But to compensate for this, the shadows are given a health and shield multiplier, which can be affected by power strength mods. The spawn units, they're prioritised by the heavier units as well, meaning that your high damage, high threat units, your heavy gunners, your bombers, your nullifiers, they are often the ones that get spawned. But the downside to this is that now their health drains at 3 HP per second. This can be reduced with the use of duration mods though. Recasting the ability, it will replace any lost shadows and heal your current ones up, or just heal them if you've lost none at all. The heal animation is greatly faster, especially if you're not, like I say, if you're not actually replacing any of the shadows whatsoever. It's so much faster, but it does not cost less. Now in addition to this, if the units are more than 30 meters away from you, they will teleport to you when you recast, meaning that no more dumb AI, meaning your shadows are no longer going to follow you throughout the mission, although it is going to take a recast of your ability to do it. So what does this actually mean for Necros? Well, this is going to be something I'm going to be doing a full suit up on next week to celebrate the release of his Prime. However, this is the build I've been messing around with this evening, and it seems pretty damn strong, even if it's a bit of an all or nothing build. On here, I go for corrosive projection, lots of power strength with a max blind rage and power drift to boost the percentage of damage taken by the Shield of Shadows augment to 90% damage reduction. We also have Despoil on there to turn Desecrate from energy consumption into health. Then we combine that with a whole host of mods, Vitality for more health, health conversion to turn the health orbs from Nekros into additional armor, further increasing his survivability. Equilibrium is effectively not only our heal, but also our efficiency as well, turning health orbs into more energy and energy orbs into more health, which we then combine with Prime Flow, which is going to store up as much energy as possible. Now, I'll be honest, I know this looks like a horrendously crazy build, but my god, it works. As you can see in the background, we are fighting in the void against high level enemies. We are solo, and since Star Chart 2.0, the void enemies seem to be hitting way harder than they ever have done before, and we're tanking them just fine, providing we're paying attention to our positioning and our health and energy. If you make sure you're always picking up the health and energy orbs, you should almost never run out of either health or energy, even with Desecrate running, as there's literally no reason not to have it going at all times now. As things start to get seriously high level, naturally the time to kill goes up and less health and energy drop, so it does become slightly harder to keep things going, but it's really not too bad. The problems come when you run into nullifiers. Any shadow that touches a nullifier bubble will die instantly, so you really need to keep an eye out for that, especially if you have a Butcher as one of your shadows. It's going to go and Leroy straight at one of your nullifiers and kill itself absolutely immediately. In addition to that, keep an eye on enemy levels. If the enemy level is significantly higher than your shadows, consider letting the shadows die out completely, get to a safe place and replace them all with higher level shadows, increasing your shadows' tankiness and giving this ability actually a pretty decent amount of scaling. I would also recommend Carrier for this as well, since his ability to pick up the health and energy for you is amazing, and then because effectively you're a mobile loot farm, all the mods and resources that you're desecrating as well, make sure your shadows are also nearby to you. That's something I did at all times. More often than not, you spend a lot of time at max energy, so use that to bring your shadows closer to you or keep them topped off in health. You never know, it might just save you. Naturally, combining this build with a max Arcane Energize, Arcane Grace and also Zenuric will massively increase the survivability and the usability of this build. All in all though, I think the changes are amazing. People are going to complain that Desecrate is one body at a time now, and that it's slightly less efficient than it was, but you know what, I don't care. We've lost a frame that all it did was press 3, and that's all people ever wanted it for. You went into a mission as Nekros and you did something other than Desecrate, you would actually get abused for it. Now you have a well-rounded, tanky frame that's a whole bunch of fun to play, while still providing extra loot and resources to yourself and your team. We lost a one-button wonder and gained a whole new frame. One I would describe as one of the best solo frames in the game right now. Crowd control from Terrify, crowd control from Soul Punch, extra loot from Desecrate, insane tank from Shield of Shadows. What could be better than that? Oh yeah, the fact that a Prime version comes out next Tuesday. As always guys, comments or queries in the comments below, and I shall see you in the next video.